What's up, guys? Adapark here, and today let's talk about talking. Specifically, I want to sit down for a few minutes and let's discuss, or at least I want to throw an idea out to you guys about talking to the new recruits that you bring into your guild. Now, this could also extend to if you are not in a guild, which I very highly suggest, I advise you to do so. But if you are in a scheduled raid group, the same group of guys that you raid with on a weekly basis, from different servers, whatever the case might be. But specifically when it comes to a guild, let's talk about what I like to do and what I would encourage you guys as leaders to do, and that is speak to these new people before their first raid, hopefully the first day that they're in the guild. And then after that very first raid, I want you to sit down and speak to them after the fact. And there's a lot of different reasons why. So I like to sit down with the new people before the first raid to go over a few things. One, expectations. Here is what I expect of you, my players. I expect for you to be on time, to have consumables. If and when we opt to keep you as a raiding member, we will provide consumables, but up until that point, I need to know that if the guild bank runs dry, if, for whatever reason, whatever the case might be, that you have the ability and the tenacity, the forethought, whatever word you want to use for it, to bring consumables to use for the raid. I want to make sure that you as the player understand the raid times, that here is the time where we will send out invites, here is the time that we will start the poll, here is the time that we will take a break, here's the time that we finish. Are there any questions with that? I want to go over what mods are specifically used for the raid. My group, and one of the very first videos I created was RC Loot Council. We use that mod to this day. It's wonky. It's got, some things that I would love for the developers to revert back to that they had in previous versions. There's a few things that I wish they would change, but by and large, it's a very streamlined add-on. It's something that we still use to this day, and I need to make sure that you, as the new player, are using this mod, that you know you need to have it installed, ready to go, or you're not getting loot. Let's talk about loot rules. What should you as the new player expect when you come on board and loot is being given out? Are you going to get any loot? Should you not even try to get loot? Where are you at in the grand scheme of loot? What should you be doing during the raid? How should you be talking to people? Issues, problems, complaints, anything that a new player may have, I want to give them the opportunity to sit down in an open forum. And again, you guys should know by now if you've watched any of my videos, communication. I want for you, the new player, to know that you have the ability, whether it be right now or in the future, to pull me aside and talk to me. But here is what I expect. Here is, if you have any questions, here are things that you may want to think about, things that you may want to consider. The reason for this preemptive, I want to chat with you before we get to work, is because I don't want you to get into the raid and go, wait, what mod do we need for loot? Or wait, how's the loot structure set up? What do you mean I'm never getting loot? What do you mean this? What do you mean that? I want to make sure that any expectation, that there are no surprises, and any of the expectations that you have, you already know the answer to what to and what to not expect. But on the flip side, I really enjoy after the raid doing the same thing. Sitting down after that very first raid and going, okay, look, you just had your first raid. Talk to me. What do you think? Do you enjoy the group of guys? Is there anything that you see that's a problem? Anything that you like? Anything that you don't like? Anything that you would change, adjust? Not that I'm making any promises that any of this will happen, but I want to give you a chance to give some kind of unbridled, feedback as to how we run things. And it gives me a chance to go, look, here's what's going on with the guild. Here's what's going on with you. Here's how I feel about you in the raid environment. Here is, you pull good numbers, you pull bad numbers, whatever the case might be. I am able to provide that initial feedback. And that lets me know very quickly either this dude is or is not going to pan out. I gave you guys two great examples. We recruited a brand new Resto Druid and a brand new Holy Priest into the group. They both tagged along tonight for one of our raids, and almost immediately, we just got this Druid, and he asked during the raid as we're pulling trash, "What's the loot rules for the guild?" Hey, we're loot master. It is a loot council where we will divvy out the loot based on, attitude, performance, attendance, seniority, etc., etc., a million different factors. And he said, why not personal loot? And the guild as a whole, even the new guy was like, well, it's a guild, like, and maybe this is my ignorance, but you don't do personal loot. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be. Totally could be. And he immediately guild quit. He's like, this isn't for me. Whatever, very clearly, driven by loot, not the type of player that we're looking for. We want to clear content, but if you're worried about loot to the point where you're going to guild quit, we don't want you anyways. We had this holy priest that after the raid, I sat down with him for 5 minutes. I mean, it was nothing extended. The more important conversation is probably the initial one right before the raid. And we're not talking 5 minutes before the raid. It could be a day, 2, 3 days before. But, that, hey, here's everything that I expect. But after the raid, I sat down with him for a few minutes. I said, hey, what do you think? And he said, dude, you guys are awesome. Like, the raid environment's really cool. We killed some bosses. We got some stuff. I really enjoy raiding with you guys. I really want to stick around. And he said, look, I'm going to be honest. I looked at my healing. I looked at the other guys that you have. I need some work. Great. Now he knows what he needs to do. We know what he needs to do. Everything's great because we were able to communicate. So what I would suggest to you guys, if you are in a leadership position, if you are an officer, if you are a guild leader, if you are not, and you know that there are people that are coming into the group that are confused, that don't know what's going on, that are missing things, that, kill 1 or 2 bosses and then, wait, you guys are using a mod for this to divvy out loot? Tell your guild leadership or encourage your guild leader, or if you were an officer, tell your guild leader, look, here's the deal. We need to start doing this. Don't worry, boss. I got it covered. Initiative, right? Do it. It will save you a lot of headache after the fact. I'm trying to hold in a cough. It'll save you, couldn't do it. It'll save you a lot of headache after the fact, and you guys will thank yourselves for sitting down, and they will thank you, and they will, whether they do it verbally or they do it in the back of their minds, they'll go, holy shit, I just got a chance to sit down with the guild leader, the officers, and they gave me free reign to say, hey, I like and I don't like this. That's really cool. That's really cool. So hopefully you guys like what I'm saying here. If you do, hit that like button. If you have anything you want to add to this discussion, please, by all means, do. Make a comment in the comment section below. If you disagree, if you have anything to say, hit that thumbs down button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any questions, anything you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. Shoot me a message, and I would be more than happy to talk about it. And until next time, guys, I'll see you.